Nope, I haven't. I haven't seen any of the Olympics since Saturday. I don't know that I'll be watching anymore. It's too bad because we had some great stories come out. I guess if it ain't great, I'll hear about it. But you watched any of the Olympics since? You haven't watched any, too. You watched beach volleyball? Yeah, figures. Greetings, my friends. How are you? Great to have you here. Rush Limbaugh off and running on the EIB network. And the Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies. Here's the telephone number if you want to be on the program. 800-282-2882. The email address, lrushbo@eibnet.com. Latest big lie from Obama's truth team is that Mitt Romney wants to raise taxes on Americans while Obama wants to cut taxes. That's the latest big lie. And they're basing this ludicrous claim on a study that was written by an Obama supporter who was a senior economist for public finance and tax policy for Obama's Council of Economic Advisors. And they're trying to make this thing stick, folks, by calling Romneyhood. Romneyhood. They've got ads. They got all their talkmeisters out are now spreading that word. Romney is Romneyhood. So the only problem is everybody misunderstands the Robin Hood story. I'll bet you. I'll bet half the people, maybe more than half the people in this country, think that what Robin Hood did was steal from the rich and take back and give it to Lady Marion so that she would put out. If you watch the TV show, that's what you probably thought. Well, it was when I was growing up, Robin Hood and his band of merry men, and there's Lady Marion in there, and the sheriff of Nottingham Forest was an evil guy, but the sheriff of Nottingham Forest was trying to always capture Romneyhood. Everybody thinks that Robin Hood was out there stealing money from the rich and taking it back and giving it to the citizens of Sherwood Forest. Robin Hood was stealing from the government. Robin Hood was a Tea Party activist. Robin Hood was anti-taxes. And it's another myth that so many people misunderstand what Robin Hood's all about. And, of course, the Democrats don't care about the truth. They care about the illusion that they can carry forward. So Obama now trying to call Romney Romneyhood. Let's go to the audio sound bites. Here is, and by the way, this is not new. This is not new. Now, this is Obama in Stamford, Connecticut. He had a fundraiser last night at the home of movie tycoon Harvey Weinstein. Now, Harvey Weinstein is one of these guys you're talking about yesterday. You're talking about Charles Murray's piece on capitalism and why it's such a dirty word now. Remember, one of Charles Murray's a great, well, he's a philosopher and a sociologist, think tank guy. I've met him. And he says that problem with capitalism is that there are a lot of liberal capitalists who are embarrassed and they don't talk it up and they don't admit it and they don't ascribe capitalism to their success. But there are big-time capitalists. They also are people who have separated virtue from capitalism. As such, they seek to inoculate themselves from any criticism being rich by running around and supporting candidates who attack the rich all the time. So here you've got a guy, Weinstein, and he's been big with Clinton. This is a $35,000 a plate fundraiser at his Westport, Connecticut waterside estate. And, you know, I guess I'm more and more comfortable expressing my naivete to you. Because there's just some things I don't understand. Well, no, it's just not true. I understand them. I'm conflicted. I understand it, then I don't understand it at the same. Like, I don't understand how any wealthy person can oppose the system that made them wealthy, but I know that they do. And many of them do it to foreclose others from getting rich. Many of them, once they've got theirs, they want the ladder taken away. They've climbed the ladder, and then they take it away, and they do this so that competitors can't climb the ladder. They get in bed with government, crony capitalism. Government helps them up the ladder. They succeed, and then they pull the ladder away. And this has been Weinstein's trick. Weinstein has been buddy-buddy with Democrat presidents for as long as there have been in his lifetime. And at the same time, I asked myself, does Weinstein know what this guy plans? Does a guy raising $35,000 a plate know what is in store for this country? You know, sometimes I go nuts asking myself these questions. I'll sit there, I'm in moments of solitude, and I'm pondering this stuff. And I ask, do these people really know, or are they dunces? Do they really know what... This is not your average Democrat, Barack Obama. This is not Bill Clinton yucking around chasing babes after you go to a ball game, have a couple beers and a hot dog. This is a different... Do these guys not know what's... Or do they figure they don't care? They've got theirs. They figure people are always going to scrounge up whatever it is to go to the movies, so who cares? I literally, folks, sometimes I go nuts trying to intellectually understand this. I live in Realville. I'm seldom overcome with the emotion of any of this, and that's where most people happen to reside. So anyway, Weinstein's out there, $35,000 a plate fundraiser. And I'm thinking he's got to know that if this guy succeeds anymore, that the whole notion of this being a wealth-generating economy and country, the days are over. What is there to support? For anybody who's been successful, what is there to support in Barack Obama? I literally go nuts asking myself the question. And then, of course, I answer it. I know what the answers are that explain it, but they don't make sense to me if I assume the people I'm thinking about have any self-respect. I don't. I can give you all the reasons I gave you yesterday. Explain liberal capitalists, and they make perfect sense. And it still doesn't satisfy me. I guess what I'm getting at is I still think there's an opportunity to get through to these people. That may be stupid to think, too. Anyway, look, it could be nothing more than these people are just celebrity. What's the word that I can't say? They're groupies. They're in the movie, but they're groupies themselves. They'll pay and raise money to hang around power. There's all kinds of stuff in here that the things I wouldn't do, don't do, I'm not interested in. And so gets frustrating. I see people who are theoretically smart doing absolutely stupid, destructive things. I would love to sit down. Do you understand what you're doing? Raising money and supporting this guy? You understand what you're doing to the future movie buying public? You understand what's going to happen to this country if this guy wins? And I'm left to conclude they don't understand, or they don't care, or they do understand and they support it. For whatever reason. It could be nothing more complicated, just a bunch of celebrity intercoursers. Anyway, so I had $35,000 fundraiser at Harvey Weinstein, and then after that, Obama fled and went someplace else that was for $75 to get in and 400 people or what have you. And that's where they announced this Romneyhood business, that Romney is the problem. Romney is going to raise your taxes. Romney's going to take your money away from you. It's mind-numbing to listen to all this. Here's Obama speaking at Weinstein's fundraiser last night.
He'd asked the middle class to pay more in taxes so that he could give another $250,000 tax cut to people making more than $3 million a year. It's like Robin Hood in reverse. It's Romneyhood.
These people are idiots. They're abject idiots. The Anna Winters of the world, the Sarah Jessica, they're absolute blooming idiots. They are applauding their own demise. They are applauding the guy that's going to end it for them. But they don't think so, don't understand it. So when I can't intellectually understand something, that's when I get frustrated. When something doesn't make common sense to me, that's when I get frustrated. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked with this. I'm sharing my stream of consciousness with you, and it's not good form because I'm just babbling here. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just sharing frustration. Anyway, Romneyhood. Turns out this is another page from the Democrat Party playbook. There's nothing new about this. Let's go back. We've got sound bites here ranging from 1995 to 2011. The montage includes Representative Albert Wynn, Democrat, Maryland, Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz in Florida, Clarence Page of the Chicago Tribune, the Demos Public Policy Foundation, David Callahan, Charles Blow from the New York Times, and Vice President Al Gore. This is just sound bites, montage of sound bites from 1995 through the present.
Once again, they're playing Robin Hood in reverse, taking from the poor to give to the rich.
Really, it's like reverse Robin Hoodism. It's really shocking.
Reverse Robin Hood. This is Reaganomics on steroids.
Robin Hood in reverse.
You cannot play Robin Hood in reverse.
It's Robin Hood in reverse. Take from the kids, take from education, take from protecting our water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. How can I forget that? In addition, Romney wants to poison the water. Pelosi said Romney wants everybody to get E-Coli. So the Republicans want to poison the water, want to poison the air, they want arsenic in the water. Pelosi says the Republicans want everybody to get E-Coli. And the Democrats have been using this Robin Hood in reverse business since 1995. They must think it works. And maybe it does. They must think it works. Here's Pelosi yesterday. She was near here. She was in town. She was at Boca Raton. She came in. She did a fundraiser for Lois Frankel. Lois Frankel, the mayor of West Palm Beach. I ran into Lois Frankel. What, you remember the story? No, we're out to dinner here at the Palm Beach Steakhouse. And Lois Frankel, mayor of West Palm Beach, former member of Congress, she was, Florida legislature. She was big in Bush-Gore 2000. She's best buds with that Florida Supreme Court Justice Barbara Pariente. And she was all over television during Bush-Gore, mouthing the Democrat line. She's now mayor of West Palm Beach. So we're all in there. I'm just in with myself, another couple, maybe 4 people at our table. Mayor Frankel's over there at a big circle table of 10. And I forget how it happened, but she wanted a picture. So posed for a picture. Ended up leaving the restaurant. Here she comes again. She'd been around the corner at Sprinkles getting some ice cream. And she and her party come walking. And it's just nicest people, fun. And the picture makes it in the paper. Lois Frankel, she was very nice. But anyway, Pelosi came in to a fundraiser for her. And this was, after that, she ended up down at Boca at an event for a congressional candidate. And this is what she said.
I say to them, do you have children who breathe air? Do you have grandchildren who drink water? As a mom, I was vigilant about food safety, right, moms? I mean, if you could depend on the government for one thing, it was about you had to be able to trust the water that our kids drank and the food that they ate. But this is the E-Coli Club.
Were you guys able to hear that? That's horrible, Aldi. I apologize for that. Here's what she said. I say to them, the Republicans, do you have children that breathe air? Do you have grandchildren drink water? No, actually, we don't, Pelosi. Our kids just eat Mars dust. It's got everything in it you need. As a mom, I was vigilant about food safety. Right, moms? I mean, if you could depend on government for one thing, it was that you had to be able to trust the water that our kids drank and the food that our kids ate. But this is the E. coli club. So the Republicans want to... This is not new either. The Republicans want to poison the water. They want to poison the air. And only government can save people. from all this. Government's what screws everything up. Let's go back to 1995. This is a soundbite from Rush Limbaugh, the television show. It's another montage of Democrats with what was big then.
Why do the Republicans want to take apples and milk away from 6-year-olds?
Starving children is not the solution to balancing our budget.
The Republicans are taking food out of the mouths of millions of needy and middle-class children.
It's cruel to kids.
Stop declaring war on our kids.
War on their children. War on their children.
I also would like to speak to a moment about the mean-spiritedness I'm hearing about on the floor today.
But how can they be so mean-spirited?
These cuts are mean-spirited.
The mean-spirited Republicans.
It is mean-spirited. It is vicious.
These draconian, mean-spirited, and immoral cuts in funding.
We're seeing draconian cuts in all sorts of social service programs.
We're going to let the kids go hungry again.
They're coming for our children. They're coming for the poor. They're coming for the sick, the elderly, and the disabled.
This stuff, that's 1995. That's 12 years ago. 12 years ago. They keep doing this stuff. Romneyhood, Robin Hood, reverse Robin Hood, poison the air, poison the water. Why does anybody vote for these people anymore? Why does anybody vote for them? How do they get a single vote? I'm going nuts trying to answer the question.
Get the entire picture.